Good morning. Today I would like to present a study on reincarnation, the history of its study, the beliefs and benefits of knowing about the reincarnation. From childhood, we learn many subjects right from our schooling. If you take the example of a timetable, school timetable, you can see the same subject will not be taught in continuous periods. However, they will be taught in periods separated by some other periods or distributed amongst the remaining days of the week. In the same way, a soul will take so many lives to learn the concepts of spirituality, to attain the concept of moksha or enlightenment. The similar way, as we saw the timetable, the soul also will pursue the same subjects in consecutive life periods so as to study some subjects or some experiences in more details in depth. As we know that we progress by acquiring some knowledge, and that knowledge develops into wisdom. The same principle applies to the life experiences. As we progress in life, more and more issues come into our lives, and also the concept of understanding, even about the earlier concepts, will change as our wisdom grows. As many of us have a belief system as per our religion, spiritual and geographical situations, our wisdom goes into spirituality to go deeper into the understanding of life. As we all know, life is becoming more and more complex, on par with the growing technology, so as to peep more into the concepts of universe and its living systems. There may be aspects to argue in their favor or opposite the belief systems. Life will surely have a combination of real and imaginary component. It is preferable, however, it is preferable to be more realistic. In the era of artificial intelligence, more and more imagination is required. Similar to the concept of complexity of life, reincarnation also studied with lot of proofs, and there are also more attempts to prove it as a disbelief. The concept of reincarnation is being coined from post-Vedic era and also by many other religions for the past many decades. A lot of research is conducted in the past more than 100 years. So an attempt is made to present in this present study by giving a review of the studies, beliefs and the results. The latest trend is the description of multi-dimensional universal quantum forces, which truly follows the natural principles of conservation of energy, which they attribute to the soul progression in different life cycles of the self and the universe. In Hindu scriptures, the samsara refers to the process of birth, youth, old age and death. Reincarnation, which is also a soul's journey, is given an indirect mention in Rigveda, but a clear definition and process in many post-Vedic literature is available in Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, etc. According to the Hinduism, The soul reincarnates again and again on earth until it becomes perfect and reunites with its source. During this process, the soul enters into many bodies, assumes many forms of life, and passes through many births and deaths. For example, if a soul's journey encompasses for about 10 to 12 centuries of continuous time, the soul might have taken more than 8 to 10 lives on the earth. But the intermediary period between a death and rebirth is more important for the soul to reform itself for a better towards attaining the moksha. In a study made by Sri C. Janarajadasa of Sri Lanka, a theosophist, and his work published in 1921, he has given elaborate details on soul's transmigration, that is about past lives. He has studied on many souls' journey. An example is given here where he has presented 24 lives of a soul, and the average life on earth is found to be 53.5 years in this study, and while the average period between the incarnations is reported to be 1017 years, and the period of this soul's journey is taken from BC 23875 to AD 1896. This is a famous study made by Sri Janarajadasa of Theosophical Society. There is a mention of many reincarnated characters in Hindu scriptures. The foremost and famous are the Dasavataras, the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu, which is well known to all. A mention is made about some of the important personalities or characters that are mentioned in Hindu scripts, whose previous lives details is also presented. Sita was known as Vedavati in her previous life, and Parvati is Sati in her previous life, and Padmavati, which is Lord Venkateshwara's wife, was Mahalakshmi in her previous life. The famous combination of two characters is that of Jaya Vijaya, who are Dwarpalakas of Vaikuntha, who had 3 lives such as Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, Ravana and Kumbhakarna, and finally Shishupala and Dantavakra. In addition to the persons, even some of the accomplices of Lord Vishnu took birth, such as Sheshu, the serpent, took life as Lakshman, brother of Rama, and as Balarama, brother of Sri Krishna. It is believed that the famous poetic saint Annamaya, who has written many poems on Lord Venkateshwara, is known to be born with the Amsa of Nandakam, the sword of Lord Vishnu. Similarly, Vidura is also known as part of Yama. There are many mentions about such people in Hindu scriptures. However, in 2nd BCE, Saint Patanjali postulated Yoga Sutras, in which the Shloka 3.18 mentions that one can recollect his previous births, known as Jatsmara, which tells that by direct perception through samyamana of latent impressions, knowledge of previous births is acquired. Many scientists, doctors, and other personalities made elaborate studies on reincarnation cases all over the world for the past 150 years. Dr. Stevenson was a psychiatrist who conducted extensive research on cases of individuals who claimed to remember their past lives. He documented thousands of cases, especially that of children, who provided details about their accurate information and the individuals in their previous lives. Similarly, some of the other major scientists are Dr. Newton and Pasricha, Brainwash, Jim Tucker, Walter Semke, Edgar Cayce, and theosophists such as General Dasa, Leadbeater, Annie Besant, and Blavatsky have made extensive studies on reincarnation. Some of the cases reported in their studies are just presented in this slide, which gives the details of Professor Abdul Kalam, the previous president of India. He is reported to be Tipu Sultan in one of his previous lives. And similarly, Vikram Sarabhai is father of space technology in India. He is known to be Hyder Ali in his previous life. And same cases are reported for the previous life of Amitabh Bachchan, famous actor, Sri Mahatma Gandhi, and even Semke himself had reported that he is John Adams in his previous life. And similarly, you can see Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and other personalities. And many of the cases who made from the reports given by the children is also reported in the literature. Some of the figures are given in the slide. How do they study about the past lives? There will be some indications in individual's life, or there will be direct revelations by the individuals that they lived previously in some places nearby or in the same country. Some of the major indications that you lived previously are like having recurring dreams and inexplicable skills and knowledge in the early ages, or you just have a strong affinity for another era, and you will have a strong feeling that you might have roamed this earth once before. Some of the techniques to study the past lives are through hypnosis and past life regressions, and also some of the persistent memories, and if you have some unreasonable fears haunting you and some strange pains, and sometimes you identify yourself with another culture, these are the indications that lead to study about your past lives. And in many studies, they reported that some children clearly remember their past lives, their past places, and in fact, they described how they died in their previous lives. And in some of the cases, the culprits who killed them in their previous lives are held by the law-abiding agencies. So these are some of the proofs that the past lives are real. And some other techniques are, as told earlier, past life regression. Meditation may also lead to the realization of your past lives, or past life tarot reading or psychic readings, intuitive exploration, Akashic records, horoscopic birth charts, and significantly, some birthmarks on the body are also taken as indication of your previous lives. The famous study made by Jim Tucker reveals that the recollection of your previous lives mostly occurs in the early childhood between the ages of 2 to 6, and in many of the cases who remembered their past lives, they had unnatural death, and in some cases the big birthmarks observed on our body also reveals how you died in your previous lives. These are only some indications on how one can make study about the past lives. What are the benefits of knowing about the past lives? It is believed that there are potential benefits associated with the exploring or knowing about your past lives. As we all know that the soul will have transmigration from birth to birth. So knowing about your past lives may lead to personal growth and self-discovery, healing and resolving trauma, understanding relationships, karmic insights, spiritual development, and overcoming fears and phobias, and to pursue more talent and skills, empathy and compassion, finding purpose and direction in your present life. It's not necessary for all of us to know about our past lives. It's your choice to know about your reincarnation, whether you have past lives or not. It is a known fact that the mind and soul will be together for many successive lives, carrying the memories, intellect, to experience them through various bodies. It is reported by Walter Semkiw that Abdul Kalam and Vikram Sarabhai had past life connections and came together to further pursue the rocket technology in India. The soul may take births uniquely or with a group of other souls. Hence, one may come across similar types of persons in their lives, either to travel or progress together. In some cases, the rivals also may take life together to continue their rivalry. They may be coming as a family member or a person known to you in your proximity. Every past life reading may not be good. Sometimes your past lives may be harsher, and in many cases, its study also may not be necessary until unless you have a recurring phobia and fears or some other daunting ideas. This may be one of the remedy to correct the soul's path for the future progress and enlightenment. It is also known as moksha in Hinduism. If a known or unknown person is constantly pestering or bothering you throughout your life, try to have a soul contact so as to annihilate the severity of the enmity or the grudge. Many such examples are given in the literature, who had come to fight in lives together. In some phrases, they say that a particular soul has come into your life to repay or extract the previous pending soul actions It may be either through cash, wealth, relationship, life happiness, or sorrow. So, certainly, to know about your past life may not be essential, but it may be a guiding light to know the transmigration or progression of your soul, so as to attain the moksha or go in the correct directions towards achieving the enlightenment. Thank you.